to another edition of Mr. Nice Guy. I'm Ben Slowey, and today on the show, I've got the R&B singer-songwriter Sean Sison. I said it right?
Sison.
Sison.
Everyone says that.
Sison, yes. Sison, sure.
Yeah.
His latest new singles, Without You, featuring Raya Rivera, shout out Raya, as well as I Like You, I Wasn't Lying, are available.
Lie, yeah.
I would not lie. They're available streaming everywhere. His full-length album, Bloom, from 2017 is also out. We're going to talk a little bit about his artistry and why he does everything that he does. So, Sean, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
For sure, man. How's your day going so far?
Did a little chores, a little around the house, clean up.
I worked earlier today, so I could definitely use a Bon Viv hard seltzer.
Where's that sponsorship?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like every Saturday, my parents would have us do chores all the time, which I never got.
Sure.
Why is it on a Saturday? Why not Sunday?
Yeah.
Or, during the week, but they work and stuff. But
cheers, man.
Saturday always seemed like a weird day to do that.
Yeah,
but now I just adopted that habit.
Yeah, so it's been just instilled into you.
Yeah.
So now Saturdays is the day to do all that shit.
Yeah.
Which is Sunday for most people, I would say.
It should be. It definitely should be.
Yeah. For me, I'd say it's just whenever it builds up and I need to do something about it. So when I've got dishes to do, laundry, or basically when it's too noticeable and it's been on my mind, I'm okay. It could be any day of the week, but I just need to get this done today.
You got, how many roommates do you have?
My roommate is, it's a mom and her daughter.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah, but they're kind of like a package deal, I would say.
They share the same kitchen?
Yeah, they have a bunk bed.
There's no, issues with, dishes or anything, it's all good?
No, we're pretty good about it so far. I kind of try to just clean my shit that I use. Yeah.
When I lived with people, I had one set of utensils, one plate, one bowl, one cup.
Yeah.
That was all the same color, just one, and I just use this. And the only thing I do. So if there's anything else in the sink, I'd be like, that shit was mine.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, it keeps it simple.
Yeah.
That's how okay, well, I know that this was me and this wasn't me, and so that's kind of
But also there would be times where I would do not use those, and then I don't know, because if they're watching this, I don't want them to be but yeah, no, I did not do a lot of dishes at some points.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was not something I really was good about until I moved in with somebody that was that I didn't know. I found her on Craigslist, and before I was living with my best friends, and we kind of just we were in college, we were lazy, we weren't the cleanest. But now that I'm living with somebody who's actually settled here, and I'm getting my life started as an adult,
this is a nice spot too. I like this. I like the little paintings on the wall, or
the
pictures on the walls and stuff.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it's a cute River Westy spot. But I'd like to think that we have a nice little setup here, and we want to keep it. It's very fragile, so we can't keep it we have to keep it tidy, Yeah. So, but anyway, Sean. So what we talk about on Mr. Nice Guy, we examine love and fear through our creative and passionate minds. I first met you at Company Brewing in March. You performed a set with Kellogg, Jay Lamo was there that night, and then Jane Joyce as well.
Joyce,
yeah, and it was a really fun show.
That was fun. That was a fun night.
Yeah, but I talked to you after I talked to you for Breaking and Entering, and heard about your process, and I definitely you strike me as a pretty unique person making music out here, because I think that people like to say it's the cliche thing to say where it's oh, I move in silence, but you actually kind of do, because you don't perform too much. You spend most of your time in the studio sort of perfecting your craft in like an introverted setting rather than like performing out too much.
Yeah.
So I thought that was like definitely stuck out to me about you, like because you don't perform too often, but when you do, it is always a great treat. Just to get into, just to start, I guess, I'd love to hear a little bit about how you really started finding music, as, like the creation of music as like your creative outlet.
Yeah. I mean, I always loved music. My dad's a drummer and been a drummer for a while in like different bands and stuff. So growing up, I'd like always go to his shows and stuff, like always in that environment on the weekends and stuff. He'd always be playing at Summerfest, so I'd like chilling in backstage Summerfest all the time, all through my youth. My mom is a great like piano player and singer and stuff, but she wasn't like super music involved. It was more so my dad, but she got me into like piano lessons and stuff like that, violin lessons and stuff. So and then she was the one that's kind of like making me practice and stuff and like doing shit I don't want to do but makes me better. So I like that, and like writing my own music, it was really like high school, like girlfriends and stuff, like a breakup, and then like I want to write about shit. So I just like write songs about like a breakup or something, or like how much I like someone or something, or like.
Which seems like a recurring theme in a lot of your songs.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's really hard for me not to write about like a girl or something, or like a love experience or something like that. Which is another point, but yeah, it was just really just from that, and then I really liked playing like piano and writing songs on the piano, and then that turned into like electronic music, because then I can play these songs on the piano just on this MIDI and then put that into software and then change that into like synths and whatever I want, and then add drums and stuff. So I made like EDM music first, but they were trash, and it was on SoundCloud. But like everyone at my school was gassing it up, so I was like, hey, I'm gonna keep making this. But yeah, and then it was just like making beats. That turned into making beats, and then my homies would like rap on it. I have a really good friend, Ray Ruland, who like was one of the first people that was rapping on my beats, and he's still on my beats. I make all his beats still, and he's super fire. He just like put out a song yesterday, Friday the 13th.
Awesome.
Great song. I produced it.
What's it called?
It's called Eternal Sunshine.
Awesome.
Cover art's really fire.
Cool.
Yeah, it's really good. We'll listen to it.
For sure, yeah.
But yeah, so him and then Tyler Merritt, who I also still, and like Ali Shana, we all like we're in this collective called PTG, Pop the Globe.
Nice.
And
Pop the Globe.
Yeah, and so we just rapped. Me and Ray lived together in like a one bedroom apartment in like Greendale, and like I had the bedroom, he had like the living room, and like just like it was like $500 a month to pay, so we like $250 each, so like barely working, like just making like beats and rapping and like getting drunk all day.
Hey, that's a decent situation for like what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
You know.
No,
yeah.
but that helped me a lot. Like learning Logic, learning my software, learning like how to use effects properly and stuff. Like just the bare, like just learning a lot. That was like learning, and like form and structure, and like how to use auto-tune in a good, cool way.
Yeah.
So that was all really cool. And then, and I was never writing singing on my own music at first, because I was really like weird about like my own voice or something.
Yeah.
Everyone just feels that way, I feel like. But I was like, I kind of want to write on my own music, because I'd be making beats that were like kind of soft and like really cool to me, because it was like really beautiful stuff, but it wasn't like hitting like hard, and so no one wanted to rap on them and stuff. But I was like, these are really cool beats, so I might as well just like sing on them. Like, it was slow, kind of cool songs and stuff. And that was the start of Bloom. In that apartment, I would be writing these songs like at 6 a.m, like in my bedroom, like just chilling, writing these songs about girls, about like, I was really religious at that time too, so a lot of that stuff is like, it's all like pretty much about like religion and kind of stuff, which was cool to me at the time. Kind of like hiding that in there in like a unique way.
Yeah. Is it still?
My music, not really. The last song that's out, the latest one that's about God is like, what is it called? Break Me Down.
Oh, okay,
Where
sure.
I'm like, break me down, and whatever. But that's all about like talking to like a higher power, being like, you know, whatever. But yeah, no. But most of it now is just about, not about that.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
But so yeah, I started writing to my own music and recording it, and I would go to Free Space because everyone was at Free Space that I wanted to like talk to and know. So I'd go to free spaces and stuff and meet up with these different people. I somehow got Mike Kellogg Carson's Snapchat from my friend Tombo, because me and Tombo used to make music all the time back then too. Ian Tischler.
Yeah, sure.
So I think I got Carson's Snapchat from him, and then like I just randomly like Snapchatted Carson like a song that I was playing, and it turned out to be on Bloom. Fuck, what was it? What's it called? The one that he's on. Him and Ron are on.
Oh yeah, sure.
We'll Be Alright. Yeah. So that was that song. It was
That's
just
pretty
like
cool.
my hook.
Yeah.
So I just Snapchatted him my hook, and he like Snapchatted me back and was like, "What's your like email or whatever? Send this to me. Email it to me." So I emailed it to him, and then his story is that like he was in Florida or something on vacation. He was just like chilling on the beach and shit, listening to the song and shit, because there's like water in the background of the beat, and then he's on the beach and shit. There's water and everything. It's cool. So that kind of like the environment really helped me get that placement too. But now we're like homies. So I went over there, and now we're just cooking up still all the time. But that's how that happened. And since that happened, he really brought me into like meeting other people, like collabing with Ron and like
Raya.
Ron and Raya. Well, actually, I brought him. Me and Raya have been homies. We were in a band. But we were in a band together, and me and Raya were like homies all the time.
She's great.
Yeah, me and Ali, like my friend Ali Shana, who was around at that time, he got me to know Raya because he knew this other guy, and her and Raya were like the start of this band, and then me and Ali just joined that band.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And so me and Raya have been making music too, for a long time, and then I introduced Raya to Carson.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay,
'Cause
sure.
it's like, she is
So reverse role, kind of.
Kind of, yeah, but
Yeah.
no, because I mean, her voice is crazy. You know,
Oh, yeah.
It's insane. Like everyone needs to work with her.
Oh yeah, for sure. Your new song with her is great. So, and then we talked about this a little bit when I talked to you the first time, but your song Tonight popped out.
Yeah, Tonight pops, which was unexpected. It's cool. Yeah.
It is really cool. How did you react to that initially?
I was pretty stoked. Of course, like my friend just texted me and was like, Jerry was like, texted me one morning and was like, bro, have you checked your Spotify lately? I was like, no, why? He's like, and this was like before it had like 100,000, but it was like overnight it had like 30,000 or something randomly. This was like around Thanksgiving or something 2 years ago. And I was like, damn, hell yeah. And then ever since then, every day it's been like bouncing up. So it just got, well, now it's going down a little bit, but yeah, it got put on like a couple playlists, so that's cool. I need to get as many playlists as I want. Like that's the move.
Oh yeah, totally, yeah. And like your music has like there's a lot of sensuality to it, like with your voice and your style of production. Like it is very like a lot of like modern slow jam material, and like it's good with like really evoking like a feeling, but also it's danceable too. So like I mean there is like I really like I like the way you sort of like juxtapose both things, where it's like people can like vibe out and dance to this in a club, but they can also like really think critically about their own relationships and their own experience with love.
Yeah,
as they
like
listen to
when
music.
I'm writing a lot, I like to like think about like like how relatable it is, because like the more relatable it is, like the more people will like it, because it's like they can feel themselves in it. Like it's really that, and like just like thinking a lot about like how, I don't know, it's like it's just a vibe. And so the like juxtapose, like kind of, I saw that a lot. Like there was a song by Hollywood Undead that was like over the edge. It was like a really like happy, like if you couldn't understand English, it was like a really happy pop song, like dun, 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 guitars and shit, super cold. But it's all about suicide. Like it's all like the whole song is about like killing yourself, literally. And so I was like, that's really cool. Like this sounds super happy, but it's really dark. Like the lyrics. So like that kind of thing is like it can sound one way, and then having it be like the opposite way. It's like
kind of
really cool.
Kind of reminds me of like Pumped Up Kicks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a very dark song thematically about like a school shooting.
Yeah.
But it's an upbeat like pop song. Yeah, no, definitely. Like, and that's like just the cool like versatility that comes with the craft of music, is that you can really like put that sensory experience you get with the instrumentation, where it might sound upbeat, or it might sound sad, or it might be like, you know, what you would. It's like the tempo and the tone and like the, you know, just the general like instrumentation might, you know, make you feel a certain way that could be completely different than the lyrical content, which is a really like awesome thing. Like I think that like that's true, like just versatile musicianship when artists can do that.
Yeah, and it's like phrasing, or like when, like if you have a sentence that's really kind of dark, but halfway through the sentence it sounds like it could be like happy. Like I'm thinking of an example, I don't know, but like if you start saying that at the end of like a sentence, like the first part of it, and then it comes in at the happy part, but that's really like the second part of the sentence, but then like that's when the downbeat is, and that's like the, like when the beat hits, people are gonna automatically think that's like it's happy, because it's the second part of, and like, but that's what you hear, but it's really not. And really people don't really even, might take them a couple of times to listen to like a song before they even like really listen to like the lyrics and stuff. They're just kind of like listening to it and being like, hey, this is cool. They're not really listening to it.
Yeah, because like I think that there's two different ways that people like have their initial reactions to music. It just depends on how your brain works. Like you could notice the music and, you know, the production and the instrumentation first, or you can notice the lyrics first. I've always noticed the music first. Like I've always sort of, if I really am captivated by the way a song sounds and the way, like, you know, just the way like I find myself really grooving to something, or really liking the palette of the musical palette of a song, I will like then be more inclined after that to hear and explore the lyrics. So I kind of have to really like enjoy the song musically before I can really like before like I find myself exploring like the lyrics and the verses and the you know, like what the song actually like
I feel
emotionally
I
means.
feel the same way. Like it's always like the music, like the different sound, like what sounds are they using, and if it sounds cool, and like the chord progressions and stuff, and like melodies. And so now like when I'm writing new stuff, that's I'm kind of like, I'll have the beat where I want it for the time, and then I'll just kind of like off whatever I feel at that moment. I won't even say words. I'll just like hum and like do whatever, do a little melody of what I want the vocal to sound like, and then I'll just do that, throw auto-tune on it, and not like edit it, just listen to it, and whatever sounds cool, keep that, and then I'll just put words to that melody I already wrote, because like it's like kind of reverse, not even reverse engineering. I feel like a lot of people do that, but that's the way to do it, I think.
Yeah.
To make it sound as best and as cool as you can.
Yeah, for sure. So, so like I guess like on that topic, what have you been working on lately? Like, I know that, like we mentioned earlier, you've been dropping some singles. Are they hinting towards a bigger project you're working on?
Yeah. So these are all kind of like I Like You Was in Line was the first one, and then the one with Raya. Those are both singles off like this project I'm coming out with called Good and Bad, which is kind of like the whole vibe of that is like good and bad of like a relationship and kind of like life, like this podcast, even like this, right. Like the name of this
the
podcast.
Love and Fear, yeah.
It's all good and bad, and that's like kind of like my whole vibe about like life in general. Like it's all like a balance and stuff. And so it's all about that. And so I Like You, I Was in Line is like a bad part, kind of a relationship where it's like I like you, I really do, but I don't want to be with you anymore. Mm-hmm. And the one with Raya, Without You, is like the opposite, where it's like I really love you, and if I'm not there, if I'm not with you, like I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like I want to be with you all the time and shit. So like the whole project is kind of like these battling between these two, like those two
pros and cons of sorts. Yeah.
And that's this project and Bloom. It's all like every song's kind of different genre, but like the feeling that it gives you is the same. Mm-hmm. So that's like what makes me feel like it's part of the same project.
Oh, totally. Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is awesome. 'Cause like that's kind of like another different way you're working within your means. 'Cause like a lot of albums might be very like instrumentally or mm-hmm. stylistically similar, but those songs will all be about different things. Mm-hmm. But that's cool that you're all, despite what you might be like constructing like sonically, you are working towards like the same underlying theme, yeah. Which is cool. And it's also like I think that I love that this good and bad concept you're working with, because like I think that we constantly it's sort of that back and forth battle we have, like not only with our romantic relationships, mm-hmm. but all interpersonal relationships. Exactly. All major decisions we have to make for ourselves in life is mm-hmm. like based on that good and bad. And like sure, you might have like pros that outweigh that might outnumber the cons or vice versa, but it's also about like how like the weight each pro and each con has. You might only have like 2 pros and 5 cons, but are those 2 pros so profound and so outstanding and just so like visceral that really like keeps you that their impact outweighs all of those cons and keeps you in that situation.
It doesn't matter. And also like different parts in your life, and for different people can have different goods and bads,
right? Yeah,
which is interesting. And also like maybe we're being, I don't know, but yeah, it's weird. Like different points in your life, you'd be like, oh, it's really good if I have like some money because I want to like buy like a bottle. I want to like buy like some weed or some shit, and I want to like get fucked up. That's really good at that point. And it's like, oh, that's really good. This is the good. It's bad to like do your shit. And then other points in your life, you grow up a little and you're like, it's good to like not. It's good to do the other shit, and the other stuff is bad now. Like getting fucked up and everything, right. As much super a lot like all the time is like now it's like, oh, I'm in a bad place now. When at the other time in your life, you're like, that's a good.
Yeah, right. I think the priorities you're at with, or what's important to you at that point in time in your life, or like where you're deriving meaning from in life. Which I think when we're younger, it may be a lot more easy to find that instant gratification mm-hmm. or reward pleasure through like getting fucked up all the time and fucking around and doing a bunch of dumb shit.
Yeah.
But as you get older and you find yourself with more responsibilities, you find your the impending fate of the decisions that you make
affect everything around you.
Yeah, exactly.
And everyone, yeah.
Right. You're like, okay, well, maybe I need to shift what my priorities are, not get fucked up as much, and work to like actually like work towards a passion I have, or work towards a goal I have, or just not do anything I can to not be stagnant.
Yeah.
Which is something I think that people like us in our 20s, we're really, really transitioning with right now. So that's some real shit, like, especially with relationships and like, what we want versus like what we like.
What's good for like the collective or like for the relationship as a whole.
Or like what we are in love with the idea of versus what we're in love with like actually. Yeah, I think that we struck with that a lot. So I think that's a great topic to be exploring. Like that will resonate a lot with people that are kind of in the same place in life that a lot of us are in our 20s. So yeah, that's awesome. Do you have like sort of like I guess where are you at with the project now?
It's all written, and I have like all the demos. Most of it's done. I have a couple, like 2 songs that I want to like. I have 1 song that I have to like go in and like record it. But other than that, it's done. There's just like little tweaks. It's been done for a while. I've got like singles and stuff after that too. Me and Carson have a song coming out called "Need You," which is gonna be fire. My next single for this project is coming out the 27th. It's called "I Can't Let You Go,"
awesome.
Which is fire. I'll show you and shit after this. But,
sweet.
I'll show you a bunch of shit if you want. But
well, I would love to hear what you've got going on, man. I love your music, so I'm excited to see where you keep growing with it.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, the project's done. It's really cool. There's like an acoustic song on there where it's just acoustic guitar. I lay down bass, like I'm playing the bass and shit. I bought a bass.
Oh, nice.
The basses are fire.
Basses have decided is like my favorite instrument.
It's crazy like how like the mood changes instantly when you like use a real bass instead of like a 808 or like a sub bass or like some electronic. I mean, electronic sounding basses, they sound super cold, but if you're not looking for that sound, a real bass, it's insane. And I was listening to a Bon Iver song, or Bon Iver, however you say it.
Bon Iver, yeah.
Yeah. I was listening to one of his songs. I think it was Michigan or something, and I was just listening to it, and I was listening to the bass. I was like, this is insane. And like different bass lines, you can't do that with like an 808 because it sounds like weird and interrupted, and it like hits like makes wobbles and shit when it doesn't hit the red frequencies and shit. But on a real bass, you can like get high and like be melodic with the bass instead of just like doing root notes and shit, which is like what I wanted to do a lot. So I got a bass. I listened to that song, went to Music Girl and bought a bass. And so I've been experimenting with bass a lot, getting funky and shit, really cool.
That's awesome.
I have a song where I'm like playing the real drums and shit because went to MATC, and so there's like free studio times and stuff like on Fridays or something in there. So I brought this song in. I was the only person there, and me and the instructor were just like, we mic'd up a kit. It's like a legit studio. We mic'd up a kit with a bunch of nice microphones. And just fucking recorded some drums, and it was fire.
Awesome.
So like that's like an alternative song. There's a bunch of songs. There's like super cool.
You were doing some acoustic work also on I Like You, I Wasn't Lying. Yeah. So that's awesome that you're continuing to innovate your sonic territory. So I want to also we mentioned this earlier. So like performing live, like I guess like. How come it hasn't really been a necessity for you too much in your careers thus far?
I mean, I want to play as much as I can. I just really haven't had as many opportunities as I like. Also, I feel like I have to like perfect my set, and it's like super stressful, like getting a set down that's interesting. Making us like turning a song, and then I have to like wait for Charles to send me a bunch of like waves, which he's super busy. So I don't really also always get like all like the instrumentals and like these different parts of the song that I need all the time right away if I need them like the next day, because I'm like, I have a show that's not gonna happen. So it's like I don't want to play a song where I'm just like could literally just plug my phone in and then press play and then I'm singing over my own song, which I do sometimes because that's like what I have to do and I hate that. I want to like take the piano out of some like songs, take all my vocals out, play the piano, get like different chops. I do that with like Tonight and stuff. I like chop it all up and everything, a couple songs. But really like, I don't know, I do want to play live. It's not that I hate on playing live or anything, but like the most important thing to me is just making good music. Like if I'm playing live all the time, I'm not gonna have time to like make more music and create more music and stuff. Like I would rather spend that time like making songs that I can like put on Spotify and shit.
Yeah, right. Which is totally respectable. I mean, yeah, like especially with your style of music too, like you know, you do have a lot of instrumental layers, so it will, I imagine, like it does like take a little more time than like, you know, just like a conventional band where everyone is playing their specific instrument.
I mean, I'd like to do that too. I mean, I want to do shows, but like, I just, you know, I don't have like the plugs to like connect up with, but whatever.
For sure. Well, I imagine that will be in store eventually. Like you'll start playing more.
Also, like I got like a better like fan base from like the internet rather than like Milwaukee people. Like so like it's whatever. Like if I throw a show, it's not gonna be like packed and shit. So yeah.
Yeah, totally, man. So. Yeah. Well, would you say like you work on music every day?
Oh yeah. If I'm not making a song, then like I'm at least like playing like guitar and piano and stuff all the time. But yeah, I mean I try to make stuff all the time whenever I can. It's just fun. But I mean there's days when I don't do anything. But yeah, most of the time like a lot of it is like chilling, watching TV or watching like YouTube, and I just have the guitar next to me, and whenever like I feel like it or I like have an idea, I'll just grab the guitar and kind of sing out like this line that I had and then find the chords to it, or like if it's a melody, I'll find the melody on the guitar and then I'll just riff with it a little bit, and if it's cool, like I'll voice memo it, and then later on that day or the next day I'll go in my room in like the studio and listen to these voice memos, and then whatever I fuck with I'll just be like, alright, let's make that into like a beat or a song. And a lot of times it's just like, let's fucking, me and my homies, we all make music, so it's like hanging out and like having fun and drinking, that 99% of the time that just involves making music. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
it's good to, I feel like that's like our way of like having your cake and eating it too, where like you're having fun and doing like social fun shit, but you're also like doing something that's like moving you forward as well. It's
super cool. Like we'll like just have a laptop and then we'll like work on this idea and beat, and like people will be getting fucked up back then. Whenever they feel like they want to join, they'll be like, all right, let me take the fucking Catman spot, or and then we leave, and then like it just like kind of rotates, and we're all working on like this collective thing. Me and Tyler maybe do that all the time. It's fun. It's just
so I like to drink on the show. You know, it's like we're having fun, we're hanging out, but also like having a real conversation that involves like, you know, involves the catalyst of doing so, and also like when I'm covering shows for Breaking and Entering, like,
and it's productive. Love
to drink and have fun, party, meet people, make friends, but interviewing the artist afterwards too. You know, so like it's best to merge, like if you can find that way to like
pleasure.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that merges. All right, Sean. Wow, my beard is getting bushy. Damn.
Bushmaster.
I am the Bushmaster. Yeah. Sean, it was great having you here, talking about your music and everything. I'm excited to see what you got coming up. So tell me, what keeps you up at night?
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, kind of like.
I watch a bunch of shit. Cooking stuff, Bon Appetit, some podcasts,
sure.
Whatever.
Mix of everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, YouTube is it's vast.
You can do it anything you want to see is there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is true. What puts you to sleep though?
Porn.
Porn. That's the first time I've ever gotten that answer. But I agree. It depends on the day, but sometimes for me as well. It helps. Thanks for being on the show. So definitely check out Sean's music, his songs, Without You.
I got a new song on the 27th coming out called I Can't Let You Go.
Sure. It'll probably be out by the time I get this out anyway, so but stay tuned. Thank you for watching, Mr. Nice Guy. We'll see you next time.